guy who, he used to sell products online, actually still sells products online, but he used to sell a product for $300. And somebody challenged him recently to change the price of his offer from $300 to $30,000. And what ended up happening was he made some adjustments. He basically made it a little bit more personalized and made the offer a lot more hands-on. And he ended up selling $900,000 worth of this new offer in just a few days here. And it's a really cool strategy. And the reason that he was able to do this is because he had a following and he had a distribution channel. And he had built up so much goodwill with his distribution channel that he was able to not only offer a product at this price point and sell it, but people had been waiting for this level of service from him. So what I mean by a distribution channel and goodwill is that he had a group of followers that were following him, and I don't mean followers like fans, like Justin Bieber type of fans. What I mean is that he had gathered a group of his target audience and he put them in his distribution channel. His distribution channel was twofold. It was his email list and it was his Facebook group. And because he delivered so much content and so much value and so much goodwill, people were waiting for him to make, to make an offer that they could get this level of service from him and his company. And as soon as he put this offer out there, people just went crazy over it, and a decent number of people ended up buying it. Now, the way that you build goodwill and a distribution channel, and you put yourself in the type of position where people are excited to hire you, and they want to hire you, and they can't wait for you to offer more services, is by providing value. That's the simplest way to put yourself in that position, is provide value every single day and help people solve small problems. So what you can do is you can, if you want to look at this strategy, what you can do is you can create a document just in Word, doesn't have to be fancy, that helps your clients solve a small problem, but to solve the big problem, they still need an attorney. So for example, if you're a bankruptcy lawyer, you could prepare a document, 5 steps to preparing for bankruptcy, or 5 how to prepare for bankruptcy, or you can just provide information. You can say 5 signs it's time, 5 signs that bankruptcy might be a good option for you. If you're a family law attorney, one that we did for family law attorneys that worked really well was, it was 14 reasons children benefit from divorce. And that one got a really good response, because that's something that's outside of the norm. And the reasons were, children thrive in an environment where the adults aren't always fighting. You get more quality time with both mom and dad. It's a better household when everybody's happy, all that kind of stuff. So you can do things like that. If you're an estate planning attorney, you can put something like, here's a list of all the documents that you need to put together to start building an estate plan, or here's something maybe like here's a free living will or something like that. And then what you do is you use this piece of content or this piece of bait and you run Facebook ads directly to that piece of content. And then when people download it, you require people to download it. You don't just give it away, you require them to download it. And then once they download it, they get on your email list. And then once they're on your email list, then you can start sending them emails every single day. Now, the trick to this is that all you have to do to avoid pissing people off, because if you email someone every single day and just try to sell them over and over and over and over and over again, you're going to make people mad. However, if you provide value, pure 100% value, no pitches, nothing, all you do every single day, you send them another piece of content, just a 2-minute video, whatever it is, further supporting the cheat sheet, maybe addressing frequently asked questions, telling stories, different things like that. Anything that has to do where you can provide value. Then what's going to happen is, over time, because you got to remember, they're interested, they opted in, so you know that they're interested, so it's relevant to them. So over time, as you continue to provide value and as you continue to provide all this content to them, they're going to start to see you as the authority, and you've provided so much goodwill that by the time you do make them an offer, they'll be ready to buy it. Now, here's the other thing that I found is that I use this exact strategy. I provide a ton of value. I provide a ton of goodwill. I do it in my email list. I do it in my Facebook group. I post on LinkedIn. I post on YouTube. I post everywhere, and I automate the entire thing. I don't have time to sit here and I've got 50 clients, so I don't have time to spend 3 hours or 4 hours a day on my marketing. Basically, I record a video, I hit send, and then my team takes care of the rest of it. But when you implement a strategy like this, where all you do is create goodwill and you create value and you prove that you're an authority in your area of the law. It just works a lot better than just running a straight up ad that says, "Hey, I'm a lawyer, hire me," and expecting people to hire you. It's kind of like if you open a restaurant and just expected people to walk in and you just expect people to come in because you open your doors. It doesn't necessarily work that way. You've got to advertise, you've got to do all that stuff. It's also the other nice part about this is by offering this free solution to a small problem, it's giving them a little bit of value up front. It's allowing them to sample your work. So basically, think about the last time you were at the food court at a mall, or when you go to Sam's Club or Costco or BJ's or any of those other wholesale clubs. Think about, okay, so in the food court, the Asian places, the Chinese food, the Japanese food, they're always giving out free samples. And have you ever noticed that they're giving out free samples and they always have a longer line than all of the other restaurants? Maybe except for Chick-fil-A. But all the other restaurants that you've never heard of, the ones that give out the free samples, the ones that provide value up front, those are the ones that people buy from. Same thing with Sam's Club. Every time we go to Sam's Club, my kids love Sam's Club because they know they're going to get free samples, and I know that something that they're going to get is going to end up in our cart. It's just how it is. I can only resist my kids so much. So something they try, they're going to love, and they're going to say, please, 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 and then I'm going to say, fine, put it in the cart, we'll get it. And that never would have happened if Sam's Club and whatever the manufacturer, the distributor, whoever it is that actually does these samples, it never would have happened if they didn't give value up front. So they gave value up front, they showed their value, and now we're a customer. So you can use this exact same strategy to provide value up front, help somebody solve a small problem, and then continue to build that goodwill. Because you got to remember, as an attorney, you guys have a job that typically makes a pretty big impact on people's lives. If you're a family law attorney, for example, divorce is a major step in people's lives. Child custody is a major issue in people's lives. Child support, all that type of stuff. And some people just might not be ready yet for an attorney, or I know I've heard stories from attorneys where they have personal injury clients that have cases, but the clients are so afraid of going to court. The biggest thing, I don't want to go to court. I'm not litigious. Is litigious the word? I don't know if that's the word, but whatever it is, I don't want to go to court. I don't want to just sue people, all that kind of stuff. I don't realize you don't have to go to court. So if you can kind of get some of these people that may qualify as potential clients, and you just keep providing value to them, and the nice part is that once you provide value one time, you do it over and over and over again. You create one video and you use that video over and over and over and over again to every new person that comes to your list. You don't have to continue providing value providing a new video every time somebody new comes on your list. So if you can just create this value, create goodwill, give them a sample of what you can do for them up front by helping them solve a very minor problem, in the beginning, that they still need a lawyer to solve the big problem, but if you can help them solve a minor problem up front. I was even talking to a client recently, and we're talking about how to get traumatic brain injury clients. Let me fix the camera here. Talking about how to get clients that have had traumatic brain injuries. And one of the things that we're talking about is that really, we need to talk to the families, and we need to figure out how do we get the families that have loved ones with traumatic brain injuries, how do we get them onto his email list, into his Facebook group, and then start providing all that content to him. So one of the things we're thinking is, why not teach them a step-by-step guide how to set up a GoFundMe campaign to help cover some of the medical bills. That's something that you've probably never even thought about doing, but it's a service that you could very easily do. It's something you could very easily put together. Now, I know that there's also some concerns. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about. There was some concerns where if you make too much money, then it can be a problem. So obviously you got to deal with all those issues. But if you just think about what problems someone faces, what your ideal client, what are the problems that they're facing right now, and what minor problems can you help them with, and how do you put together a document? Just do it in Microsoft Word, hit save as, and then save as a PDF. That's all you have to do. Just create a PDF. So how do you create a document that's going to help them solve a minor problem? And then all you have to do, instead of running ads saying, hey, I'm a bankruptcy attorney, here I am, run a Facebook campaign that advertises your solution to the minor problem. So for example, if they have, if let's say, if you're going through bankruptcy, and for some reason I've got bankruptcy and family law in the mind today. If you're a bankruptcy attorney, maybe you can say 4 tricks to make bill collectors stop calling. You know, you can put together, you know, because that's one thing that they want is they do not want bill collectors. I remember when I was in college, I used to maybe not be the most financially responsible. It's stressful when you've got bill collectors calling left and right. It's stressful. I would love to know how to make them stop. You know, so you create a document how to stop bill collectors from calling you, even if you don't have the money to pay them. You know, and you put together some sort of free cheat sheet, some free guide, something like that. Just a Word document. Doesn't have to be crazy. Doesn't have to have fancy graphics. Doesn't have anything like that. And give them the answer, and get them on your email list. And then just continue to provide value over and over and over and over again. And you're going to start building up so much goodwill that eventually, maybe bankruptcy is a good fit for them. I don't know. Maybe it's not a good fit for them. You know, it kind of depends, because obviously not everyone that contacts you is going to be an ideal client. But what you can do is you can start building up that goodwill, and you can start creating so much value that now you're the authority. Now you're the only person in their eyes that can help them with this problem, because you're the one that they've been listening to this entire time. So hopefully that kind of gives you something to think about. It's really a great strategy. If you'd like to learn in depth, like seriously, like step by step, how to do this strategy, this exact strategy that I'm talking about, I have a webinar that I'm putting out, and you can register for the webinar. It's completely free, completely no cost to you. You can go to lawyermasterclass.com and register for the webinar. So if you want to learn more about this strategy, kind of more how you can implement it for your law firm, I've got some stuff that's specific for a lot more than just bankruptcy and family law, like I covered today in this video. But like I said, if you're interested, go check out that webinar, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.